Three wide receivers on the first play from scrimmage for Ohio State. Wolverines crowded the line of scrimmage, and Hyde got through that. We've had snow flurries throughout the morning. The temperature is not expected to get above the mid-30s. A great day, perfect backdrop in late November for Michigan and Ohio State.
Substituting and getting the matchups that they like, receivers against linebackers.
Hyde has a first down, bounced off some hits short of the first down. Miller, play action fake, wants to go deep, has a man running open. It is caught inside the 10.
Talked about Jordan Kovacs, number 11's inside the box. You have the safety up where you're going to attack deep down the middle of the.
Even before Washington got there. And the first turnover of the game gives it back to Ohio State from its own 33. Hyde stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just 145 yards of offense last week at Wisconsin. He's had an inconsistent year according to the coaches. He throws a blitz for Michigan, and Miller's in trouble and slides down. Reluctant to call up pass plays in the second half with poor field position, and they thought Miller had a bad week of practice leading into that game. They didn't have a lot of confidence.
Barry Sanders, unbelievable.
On 2nd and 10, Miller kept it. Turned the corner. Turn for the game's first score. High snap. Handled by Miller. He lost the football. And it's tackles for a loss. Big throw. Design run for Miller, who slips down again.
Standing job getting that confidence back into these guys.
Corey Brown got back to the 20
if nobody's open.
And for a mobile quarterback, they do give up a lot of sacks. They've given up 27 this year. Good protection that time, but he couldn't find anybody, and now he's forced to throw it away. Game, and he ran 30 yards. Miller in trouble, dancing to find a hole. Turned nothing into about. Braxton Miller handed it off to Corey Brown. Wow, great back. Former Florida star, multi-purpose threat with the Minnesota Vikings. The ever-changing college sports landscape. Carlos Hyde comes up 2 yards short of the first. 5 receivers spread the formation. 3 bunch to the right of Braxton Miller, who gets flattened from his. Gave an earful to the field judge Terry Anderson. Carlos Hyde rips through the middle and gets up in.
James Ross.
Buckeyes up quickly again. Hyde. And they pound away with Hyde. Another first down. Miller throws. There is a flag now. It looked like Michigan might have been. Miller tried to dance away from Jake Ryan. Did moment.
Good discipline by Jake Ryan.
No gain, 2nd and 5. Hyde straight ahead. That play continued.
A gap.
Marked it back on the 14. Miller has a receiver open. Corey Brown, touchdown. Taylor, Big Harg of Rice, Trent Steelman of Army, the other players who lead their team in both passing and rushing. Corey Brown, 5. Career long is 47 for Basil. Miller dumps it off. And out of Miller's thrown for 156 in the half. He's 11 out of 12. Steps up in the pocket, zings one toward the goal line and over the head.
They like tempo after big plays.
17-yard gain. Hyde's up to 83 yards rushing. Miller across the line of scrimmage. And wrapped up by.
Usually comes up and gets involved in the run as you see Jordan Kovacs, number 11, sneaking.
And then retreating. Hyde dragging tacklers. He's near another first down
for the Wolverines.
Miller design run to the left. Nowhere to go. And drop. They drive him back.
For the Wolverines, outstanding, always around the football, instinctive.
We're all standing up along the Michigan defensive line. They'll do that from time to time. Miller yanked down. Good play by Desmond. Carlos Hyde. College football fans know how horrible the Michigan defense was 2 years ago before this staff got there. Miller wanted to take that shot down the middle. Chris talked about. Instead, he dumped it to Jake Stone.
Miller to keep the ball open to Jake Stoneburner.
There's Miller running left. Quality gain of about.
Greg Madison's defense by getting Braxton outside.
Braxton buried back at the 9-yard line. Trying to finish an undefeated season. Carlos Hyde. And of course, they are eligible. Final minute of the third quarter. Just one field goal in this quarter by Drew Basil of Ohio State to put them back on top. Smith remains the running back. Blocking for Braxton Miller. Good cut. First down. Breaks a tackle. And it's chopped down. First time since they won the national title 14-0. 2000. Play clock running down again. They snapped it with 4. Miller on 2nd and 9. Threw it away. Signaled Nick Manette to come in motion. Perhaps stay in and block, which he did. Miller nearly fell down, and then he gets here in Columbus. Braxton Miller on first down. Zip one to Corey.
The catch should get positive yards on first down for this Buckeye offense.
Teams went up and down the field in the first half. It's evolved into a defensive straight. Rice or Houston, some of the rivalries he's coached in. Enormous pressure on the coaches. Big rivalry games was in this game last year. Miller handled another high snap, and Hyde gets rattled by Kenny Demmons right at the line of scrimmage. Back, it's really just Hyde and Rod Smith. Big third down and 8 here. They really rush only 2. They want to guard against Miller running. He throws a wobbler. The first and goal from the 10. Hyde drags Thomas Gordon down to the 5. Hyde again. Had a chance to substitute. Miller out of the gun. Design run. And he's tripped up.
Because you can't just go in a straight pass rush when Denard Robinson's in the football game. Because you have to.
They're just going to run the play clock down. On every snap, 1 timeout left for Michigan. Design run, Braxton Miller. Tripped up by Florida State, and then tonight Notre Dame and USC. And a huge first down for Carlos Hyde. Season highs 156 against Indiana. They're going to get transferred without having to sit out a year. Here's Hyde again. It looks like